Hi everybody, welcome to Cricket on 5 and our look at the 6th NatWest One Day International between England and Australia. The Australians have utterly dominated this series. They're 5-0 up. We're back here at Trent Bridge, and not for the first time this summer. I'm back here with Geoffrey Boycott. Geoffrey, what's going on with England's one-day cricket?
Well, I think quite simply that they're not clear on what the roles are of the players. I'm not even sure they're clear on what their best team is. They've had a shock losing Peterson and Flint off. Any side that lost those two, it would be a bit of a problem. But I don't even think from the batting they know what the best batting order is. I think Pryor's batting too high. I think when he bats high up the order, he thinks he has to hit a 4 every ball instead of playing a proper innings. You got the captain himself, Andrew Strauss. I think he's had 4 very good innings out of 5. He's in the best form of his life, and yet he's not gone on to dictate the course of an innings by making a big century like the captain of Australia did the other night. And then you've got ODI, who we all think is a very good one-day player. In fact, in his first test match in Bombay, I think it was March 2006, he made a splendid 88 and a 30-something, and I thought, wow, what a good player. Played the ball around the park on a not easy pitch. Now he comes into the one-dayers, he blocks it, then has a slog, and he stopped doing what he was good at, which is playing the ball around. And then you've got Ravi Bopara, who we all think has got some talent, but I think he's lost confidence and conviction in himself. And now I think he's playing with a bit of too care, not enough freedom about him. So there are various things they can do to improve.
All right, overall though, there's 1 or 2 things badly wrong. They're not fielding well enough. Why is that?
Well, they're not fielding well, that's up to them. Look, there's enough athletes in the team. They don't have any clear thinking about who's going to bowl at the death. I also think Anderson and Sidebottom are not swinging the ball. Then Rashid bowled brilliantly at the Oval. Then they left him out for 2 matches. His confidence is gone. Yep. They dropped the best off-spinner, Swan, the experienced bowler, leave Rashid on his own, and he's uptight about it because he's on his own.
Geoffrey picking elements of confusion and also highlighting some problems with individuals. Here's an overall thought. England's best one-day cricket of late has come in Australia, having lost the Ashes, and last summer in England, having lost the Test series to South Africa. Now suddenly Australia are playing very good one-day cricket here, having lost the Ashes to England. So maybe winning Test series is taking an awful lot out of the players who go on to become involved in the one-day series. The position at Trent Bridge is that Ricky Ponting has won the toss, and 5-0 up in the series. Australia will bat first. 3 of the 4 England players who are not playing in this match, the 2 not chosen, Graham Onions on the left and Adil Rashid on the right. Then Stuart Broad missing out with a little niggle to his knee, and Luke Wright, of course, still missing with that injured toe. There's the England side, as Andrew Strauss welcomes back Graham Swan and James Anderson. For the Australians, also a couple of changes. Michael Clarke is resting, so James Hopes plays, and Brett Lee's back instead of Mitchell Johnson. Now that finds the gap, and Shane Watson's very strong, so it finds the boundary as well. That's a nice way for Australia to start. Good stop. It's normally Paul Collingwood in that position. England were poor in the field the other night, and young cricketers like Owen Morgan must set the standard. That's a fantastic stroke. Enough width given to Tim Payne to throw everything at the ball.
England just got to be very careful. They don't become too desperate. 5-0 down, end up trying a little bit too hard.
Oh, yes! A bit of luck goes England's way. James Anderson back into the side, has a spring in his step, and now a smile on his face.
You say luck, Mark, but also give the bowler quite a bit of credit. Was trying to get the cut away a little bit too close to him. And bottom edge back onto his stumps. Just the start England wanted. Australia 19 for 1. Watson gone for 4.
Oh, no, no, no. Well, I suppose the only encouraging thing is that the ball did swing, but that isn't good enough from side bottom. Oh, there goes a bit of timing for you. That's a man who made 100 the other night. And a good way to get off the mark for the Australian captain.
Oh, you give them width. They're just going to throw the bat at the ball. He's done it once before as Payne, and this time he's actually hit it better and harder. Oh, that's too full, but he's got away with it. It's a very full half volley. Ricky Ponting not in best form today yet. Not like the other night. It doesn't always follow that just because you play well one day, a couple of days later, although you're in good nick, that everything goes for you again. It doesn't always follow like that. Oh, that could be out. Catch it, catch it. What did I say? Overconfidence. You get a 101 match. You come into the next one 2 days later, batting really well, and he's just gone for a real attacking shot. It wasn't quite there. The ball wasn't that short. He hit it straight down side bottom's throat.
It's a fickle game. On Tuesday night, that probably would have gone for 4 or 6, but he just picked the man out. Ponting out for 6, 40 for 2.
Well, no, that's poor fielding, that. That's the captain, so he can't complain about anybody else. What should have been a single, you know, has gone for 4, and yes, he's cross. He's cross with himself, nobody else. Now, Tim Bresnan's going to bowl. He needs to keep it tight. Oh, there's a chance. First ball. Now, should Pryor have caught that or not? I don't know. I feel that that's an opportunity missed by the keepers. Not easy.
That's a nice shot. Just opened the face and found the gap between the backward point and the cover point.
Good effort by Mascarenhas. Just out of his reach. Gone the aerial route, Tim Payne. He's full of confidence, and that is the maximum. It's gone over the boundary edge. Very, very well played, Tim Payne. It's taken him to 50. 63 balls, 8 fours and that wonderful 6. It's important now for Payne's point of view, as well as the Australians' point of view, that he goes on. Very, very nicely played. It's a brave shot by Tim Payne. Oh, well played again. Even better fielding by Papara. It's a much better performance by England in the field already. Single there brings up a 50 partnership between Payne and Hussey. It's a skillful player, is Michael Hussey. Not only has he timed it exceptionally well, the placement is exquisite.
Payne here is looking a little bit impatient. Just 3 singles off this over so far. He's looking to try and manufacture something, and in fact he's achieved it too. That was a good shot. The diving Morgan couldn't intercept it. got hold of that and just wide of the man at deep mid-wicket. Joe Denley, a despairing dive, trying to fish that one in. That's going to be 4. Wow, what a shot from Michael Hussey. That was a right-hander's sweep. It's brought up the 100 partnership, and in fact, interestingly, Michael Hussey started off as a right-handed batsman, changed when he was 12, and pretty good both ways around.
30 overs gone now, and the Australians 149 for 2, an extraordinary parallel to England the other night, who at this stage were 149 for 3. England went on to 299, of course. Tim Paine has 84, Michael Hussey 40. We'll see you after the break. Hello again from Trent Bridge, where there's a cool autumnal feel to the air, but plenty of heat in Australia's batting. 149 for 2 now. If they scored 8 and over from here on in, they pass the 300 mark. There's a bit of timing for you. This has become a very complete innings now from Tim Paine. He really has played some splendid strokes, particularly on the offside. Nicely placed. Another boundary for Paine. He's so good at that. You know, very few people hit the ball as well mid-wicket, wide mid-on as Michael Hussey. There's good 50, nice crisp innings, exciting for him and for the Australians, as shown by Ponting's response that on the eve of the Champions Trophy in South Africa, one of the key men is back in touch. Tim Paine now on 99. That'll do it. That'll do it. It'll give him huge pleasure and the team around him. Just his 7th one-day international. He made his debut against Scotland 3 weeks ago, would you believe, and now here at Trent Bridge, famous ground, he secures a fine achievement. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's the one problem with Masquerade's gentle pace. Once you're in, you kind of know where he has to pitch the ball to be effective. Oh, there's a good stroke, right up there with any that he's played. We've definitely seen a better Tim Paine today, a cricketer who's grown through this series. They've now put on 150 together, this pair.
Could be out. That could be out and should be out. Yes, it is. Denley caught that quite easily. I expect that at international level, but that's a good innings from Michael Hussey.
Hussey has played for the team there. Got any individual gains? Just over 10 overs remaining. He's gone for the big hit, didn't come off. Australia in a very strong position. 203 for 3. Hussey gone for 65.
Oh dear. Well, it's a lovely innings of 111 by Paine, but he hasn't played quite the same since he got 100. He's tried one or two extraordinary shots. There he is, just slogging across the line, and he's played lovely and straight, caressed the ball. He's got an underside edge.
That was an excellent catch from the wicketkeeper Matt Pryor. Bottom edge. Pryor hung on to it. But it's all about Tim Paine. His maiden one-day international 100. Wonderful batting. He's gone though, out for 111. Australia now 206 for 4.
That is a good shot, off the back foot. I think when Mascarenhas let that go, I think he thought that was a good length ball, but Cameron White stood up, big, tall, powerful lad, and just eased it through the covers. Well, some discussion there, a long discussion with the two batsmen, and they decided to take the batting power play. They weren't sure whether they were going to take it or not. I think that's right. There's only 7 overs to go, 5 for the power play. But the thing is, these two batsmen have all just come in. It's not as easy to hit at the death when you've just come in. There you are. Jimmy Anderson's cleaned him up first ball. Ferguson's gone. He zipped off the pitch and nipped back to him. It was a cracker.
It's a great way to start from England's point of view, just as the Australians are thinking of treading on the accelerator. Anderson's turned up, nipped one back. Ferguson, he's gone. Australia 220 for 5. Ferguson out for 6.
New batsman James Hopes, first ball. Oh, that's a cracking shot. Slightly on the up, beautifully played. Oh, that's 4 more. That wasn't such a good ball.
Wonderful. Cameron White's strength. He can strike the ball hard, can hit it in all areas. Even better shot. Sidebottom has readjusted his line a little bit, didn't alter his length. It's the same end result. Struck that very, very hard. James Hopes. Anderson had bowled nicely, first 4 deliveries. Get the ball in the block hole there, just failing. He swatted that one away. Previous ball a full toss. Anderson bowling a slower bouncer. Wonderful. Worth just watching and seeing the quality of that stroke.
Really seeing the benefit of having someone in form and immensely strong at the crease.
It's 4 more for Cameron White. It's a really destructive innings. He's faced just 21 deliveries, already on 31. Batting power play. Very, very productive.
In the series previously, we've seen Brett Lee brilliant at the death, getting the ball into the block hole, changing his pace and making it very hard to score as freely as this. It's definitely a distinct difference between the sides.
He's hit that with interest. That brings up the 50 partnership. Just 26 deliveries. Well, this should be out. Cameron White has hit the ball and he is out. He's gone. Joe Denley, the catcher. That's what Andrew Strauss needed. He needed to get rid of White. So Australia are going to run away with this game.
Very good cricket. 273 for 6.
Such a dangerous player, Hopes. Been left out the last couple of games. Just come in and just play with so much freedom. Brett Lee's coming back for 2. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. James Anderson, the best outfielder in the England setup, has just thrown the stumps down from, what, 80 metres away.
It's the sort of thing that you pay to come and see. True brilliance. Nothing for him. It's 21 for 7.
Filling the gap again, James Hopes. Really impressive batting. That's the end. That is the end of Hopes. A fine innings. Australia into a wonderful position. Hope's out for 38. Australia 288 for 8. Peter Siddle, it's his first delivery. Oh, what a start. Peter Siddle coming in at number 10.
That may be the greatest first ball ever played. You believe what he's just done here? He's number 10. Look at that. Get on.
Won't see that in the coaching manual.
All that stuff about standing still, let the ball come to you. The Australians finished with 296 for 8, just 3 short of England's 299 a couple of nights ago on this same pitch. A terrific occasion for Tim Paine, making 100 here, 65 for Michael Hussey, and some lusty blows from Cameron White and James Hopes. Having a look at the England bowlers, 4 there for James Anderson, 1 each for Sidebottom, Mascarenhas and Swan. With his thoughts on that attack, here's Simon Hughes.
Well, that innings just continues a repetitive sequence of toothless England bowling performances. They lack either speed or deception to take wickets in the middle of the innings and therefore stem the flow of runs. Their bowling doesn't really have an X factor. Australia's, by contrast, definitely does. Brett Lee detonated England's middle order at Lords with some real in-swinging Yorkers at 90 miles an hour. And Mitchell Johnson has speed, sleight of hand and deception and can get good players out in mid-innings, as Ois Shah found out. Look at the England bowling attack today. By contrast, Ryan Sidebottom, honest, perseverant, but doesn't take wickets with a new ball unless it swings. He does go round the wicket with the old ball and try the slower ball, and that's not a bad idea. But again, he's easy to play, and he's only taken 3 wickets at 91 in this series. Tim Bresnan, he's steady but unthreatening. And he has a slight glitch in his bowling action as well. He steps out wide just as he releases, which means he comes from quite a wide angle and allows the batsman natural width to work with if he bowls outside the off stump. Then if he tries to straighten up his line from that angle, it can drift down the leg side and give runs away. So he has problems with containment. Dimi Mascarenhas, not much speed, no movement on this kind of flat pitch, and therefore he's innocuous. Batsmen can bide their time and then put him away over the top. And Graham Swan, without real sleight of hand and deviousness, he can just be milked for runs on these kind of flat pitches. Batsmen both right-handed and left-handed just picking up easy singles. There is one man in this England bowling attack who can make things happen, and that's James Anderson, who found swing both of the new ball and the old to defeat Callum Ferguson. And his 4 wickets today put him equal third in England's all-time list of one-day international wicket takers with 145, level with Ian Botham. But he desperately needs some support, and England now need 297 runs to win to avoid going 6-0 down in the series.
Welcome back to a lovely sight at Trent Bridge. The floodlights are in operation, and England have 297 to win this 6th one-day NatWest Series match. 50 overs to do it. In a rate of nearly 6 and over, it'll take something rather better than we've seen so far in the series. But maybe this is the night.
Whoa, oh, is it out? They're asking. Strauss is completely dumbfounded by it and perplexed by that decision. He clearly didn't think it was out. Fast delivery from Brett Lee, 93.3 miles an hour. Strauss looked to have dropped his hands on that one, and it may have just brushed his shirt.
That was my initial reaction. He said his shoulder, not his glove. And why has the umpire taken so long to give that out? It's either out, you give it out straight away, or it's not out. Clearly missed the glove. Fine appeal from Australia. No problems with Australia appealing, but shocking decision. The worst possible start for England. The captain gone. No runs on the board. 1 wicket down.
If we look at the snickometer, you can see as the ball passes the gloves, there's no movement on the graph, just there as it flicks his shoulder. That's the movement that the umpire Ashad Ralph missed. Well, Bopara in at number 3 for the 3rd ball of the innings. And immediately gets a no ball from Brett Lee, which means he can get his account underway with no risk. Oh, it's the slower one from Brett Lee to try and deceive Bopara. Didn't deceive him at all. Swatted it for 4. That's a fine blow from Joe Denley. Nathan Bracken in support of Brett Lee. Nothing like the pace of Lee. And Denley, you know, he can show the way forward here by really taking the attack to the Australian bowlers. Oop, Siddle into the attack, finding some movement straight away. Back into Bopara, who got a bit of a lucky inside edge there. Again, evidence of Bopara's lack of confidence. The short one comes eventually. Denley waited for it and put it away pretty well. Lee trying to give him a bit of a wake-up call with a quick bouncer, but Denley looked equal to it.
It's a big confidence boost for Denley. Think back to that 2020 match at Old Trafford. Denley was out, caught at square leg. The ball was on him too quick. This time, he's won the little battle. Will he win the war?
Edged but too short of Cameron White, who seems actually quite deep at slip. He's almost in a second slip position, and that was a full edge from Denley, and it some way short of carrying. Oh, what a great delivery that is from Siddle. Seemed to swing late. Denley perhaps trapped on the back foot after facing Brett Lee, just not getting out of the blocks quickly enough.
That'll take some catching. This is quite a little performance already from Joe Denley. The great thing about it is the sort of freeness with which he's playing.
Catch it!
Now then, Denley won't like it. Brett Lee does. The safest pair of hands. That's infuriating for Joe Denley. He promises so much.
Well, it is disappointing from England's point of view, but I always thought Brett Lee was going to catch it. They're such good athletes. They drop very little in the field, and you just expect them to take them. Look, it's like falling into a bucket. Hope's nose is gone. He's gone. Listen. Don't worry about him falling on his backside. He got it. Denley promised a lot, 25. England 45 for 2.
Oh, you got to go here, Ravi. Ricky Ponting! He hits so often, and this time Bopara's got away with it. For once, Ricky lets him off the hook. Surely out, I think. Oh, surely out indeed. Now a bit of luck goes Pryor's way. I don't think there's any stopping that. It's a very quick outfield. Dear me, that really isn't good. That really isn't good. So much so that the Australians are already celebrating. And just Matt Pryor's reaction. How good is this from... Oh, gone. Gone. Just gone. Just a moment ago, we said that Ponting doesn't miss often. That's the penalty when he hits.
Pryor, another failure for 6. England 59 for 3 and in trouble.
Oh, you are kidding. Yeah. Oh, Ricky. Borders on embarrassing for England. It is brilliant for Australia.
Well, it is brilliant, but you got to ask yourself, is this daft or stupid or what? I mean, you're just asking for trouble. You're not even in the picture. You're going for a silly run, and then you stutter and stop. because you're not sure there is one and it's gone to the best fielder, then you've got no chance. And Bopara threatening with a nice 24, but England 60 for 4. Now Owen Morgan has got some real work to do here after 2 run-outs in 6 balls. He played really well the other night, but this is a different situation. England really in trouble here. He's off the mark, but just a single. Now England have an opportunity to just knock the ball around. Horitz is going to bowl. They've got to get the scoreboard ticking over, not necessarily big shots. These two have got to get in, but they've got to move it around and not get stuck. And above all, not get out. Oh, I like that. That's a nice shot. Shouldn't worry about the fact that they're only getting singles. They have to keep the scoreboard ticking. They have to play sensibly. They can't afford to lose any more wickets. They have to get in, but keep knocking the ball around. Get the scoreboard ticking round.
Oh, very, very fortunate. Owen Morgan being done by some excellent bowling by Nathan Horitz. On the outside edge, beat slip. He's gone for 4, and Horitz is entitled to shake his head.
Pretty good effort at the moment from Horitz. He's got the ball to spin. He's bowled in the right places. He hasn't bowled it too quick.
Clever batting from Morgan. He's been picked to play for England the way he played for Middlesex. These are shots that are often seen at the home of cricket. Good to see him doing it with 3 lines on his shirt.
Yes, it's a unique skill that he has. Properly harnessed, it may well offer something to England, and it needs to tonight.
Brilliant. Brilliant by Shah. It's under a bit of pressure. He's a senior batsman in this run chase. He's got to take on responsibility. While he's playing shots like that, England have a chance. In trouble. Owen Morgan is in trouble. And he is out. Now, why has he played that shot? England needed these 2 batsmen, Morgan and Shah, to be still batting in the 45th over. Last 2 recognised players, one of them has gone, and that is Owen Morgan.
Jeffrey said a little while ago that when an Australian is under a high catch, it never looks like he'll drop it. And this was yet another example of that. Michael Hussey, rock solid on this occasion. Australia looked the real deal, and I would say amongst the favourites for the Champions Trophy in South Africa on the form that we've seen here in England. Owen Morgan's gone for 23, England 100 for 5. Hello again, and England finding it very difficult here at Trent Bridge. 100 for 5 now, needing a further 197 to win the game at a rate of more than 7.3 and over. Owen Shah's out there with 18, and Dimi Mascarenhas has just arrived at the wicket.
Will be 4 runs for England, much needed 4 runs as well. Horitz losing his direction. It's in the air, and away Shah has gone. Just didn't know what to do. If you want to take the attacking option, just going to try and find the gaps, tick it over all the time. In the end, he's gambled, but he's gambled very, very poorly.
Shah's tried with everything that he's got, but in the end, he and other of the England players just seem to be up to it. Australia are playing good cricket, England aren't. It's 1-1-4 for 6, and looking desperate.
Dimi Mascarenhas, that's what comes naturally to him. He's a big striker of the ball. Desperation has now kicked in. Oh dear, that just about sums up England's day. Jimmy Mascarenhas played the ball on the leg side. Seemed to hit everything. When your luck's out, you've just got to grin and bear it.
One blow from Mascarenhas that gave us hope. In the end, it was James Hopes who won the day. It's 1-2-5 for 7.
Shot. That's given something to cheer about for the crowd here, sitting in the cold of Trent Bridge, shivering through this lamentable performance by England.
He played that very well. The trouble is, it's a soul-destroying time to be batting when your team's 7 down.
Crunched through the offside. Bresnan on to 21, having a bit of fun in a totally lost cause. I suppose really England's players are now thinking more medium term in terms of the Champions Trophy, which comes up next week. One or two players still with an opportunity to show what they can do here and get selection, but unfortunately maybe Graham Swan might not be one of them after the way he played that shot. That was a rather sad end, and he's been generally unimpressive in this series compared to successes he had in the Ashes.
He threatened a couple of shots, but he's gone for 12, and England in disarray. 159 for 8.
To believe that. And I don't really blame the crowd. They've every right to feel let down. England take the batting power play with Ryan Sidebottom on strike and 133 needed from 78 balls. I ask you. And the first ball of it is safely played to square cover for no run. Oh, Ryan Sidebottom's got onto one and got enough of it for the boundary as well. He's a local boy these days. When he left Yorkshire, he came down to Nottinghamshire and did well in that second career, or is doing well in it. And the faithful cheer him on here in an England shirt. Great stop. Does he hit? No. Oh, however, Brett Lee just has a bit of fun, is the truth. Not very kind on the bowler, but it's very kind on the crowd and on the batsman. That will do the trick. Full and straight for Peter Siddle, and it's those basics that have worked so well for Australia in the field.
Been so impressive about Australia, known for the last 15 overs or so. They're winning this game, but they maintain their professionalism, working hard to improve all the time. Hard work pays off. England 182 for 9.
Oh, Brett Lee has just made a monumental mess of the chance to end the game. I mean, it was said and done, really, as Ponting's face tells us.
Finding positives. I don't think it will cost them the game.
Yes, Brett Lee wanted to hit the stumps. That's how he wanted to end the game, with glamour and glory and impact. Not with a measly little run out. That's a devastating performance by Australia. A thoroughly deserved victory, led by their captain Ricky Ponting in the field after Tim Paine had made that 100, his first 100 in one-day cricket. And what a way to finish, a flying stump. Tremendous stuff. We've got plenty to talk about when it comes to England, but for the moment, let's reflect on the Australians and how exceptional they've been. 6-0 now in the series. 25 Denley, 24 Bopara, 23 Shah, 23 Morgan. Batsman getting a start but not going on. Tim Bresnan doing very well at the end, unbeaten with 31. But it was a sorry tale for England against that bowling attack. Brett Lee fast and furious. 2 for Nathan Bracken as well. 1 for Peter Siddle. 3 for the impressive James Hopes. He's been good in all departments of the game this evening. There's the margin. Australia winning by 111 and leading the series by 6-0. Not only must this be hard to take, but hard to understand.
Yeah, I mean, tonight was especially disappointing. We were never in the game. It was a bit of a horror show with the bat, to be honest. It's disappointing when it happens once or twice. It's even more so when it happens 6 times. So, we really need a couple of individuals to stand up and get some big runs and turn it around for us. That's the only way to move forward.
You need to win at Durham just so you can go to the Champions Trophy feeling better about yourselves.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've got one more opportunity to show what we're capable of, and we need to take it. It's as simple as that.
The power plays, why so oddly late?
Look, I mean, when you're losing wickets consistently, it's quite hard to put batsmen in a position where they have to hit when they're not in. So yeah, tonight we were a long way behind the 8 ball. We wanted to get one batsman in who was capable of taking the game to them, but wickets just kept falling.
Now, finally, you can't change the people, but you can change the mindset. Have you got time?
Well, we're going to have to find time. I mean, before this, the first game here at Nottingham, we talked very much about going out and playing for you to your potential and playing in a positive manner, and that's the way we've got to do it. It's as simple as that. There's no point in feeling a lack of confidence and hanging around, because you're not going to win a game doing that.
Jeffrey gave us a potted version of the problems before play began. Sadly, they didn't resolve any of them, did they?
No, they didn't. I think, quite frankly, they're not good enough. I mean, you've got to face up to that. The Australians are a very good side, very well organised. We are not. As I said, we have no bowlers at the death. Our batsmen just are not rounded enough and not quality enough. I know we've lost Flintoff and Peterson, but some of the others are not standing up.
Alex Stewart is with us as well. Does anything stand out for you?
Yeah, I agree with Jeffrey over the talent issue. Australia are the better players, but what's disappointed me is the lack of character shown by this England side. When you're 6-0 down, you've got to show more fight, and I didn't see that tonight.
But that's a very hard thing to do, isn't it? It's a very easy thing to say. If you're being outplayed, how on earth do you lift yourself? I just said that to Andrew Strauss. He said we had a good chat before Nottingham. We want people to play with more self-belief. Is it that simple if you're being beaten?
Well, first of all, you try and bat for 50 overs. You know, that's one little target, which I haven't achieved for a while. Now, I played in a losing England side for a number of years, but you still go out there and play with pride, and I'm sure that England dressing room is trying to play with pride. I just want to see a little bit more of the individuals, show more character, as I said, and therefore we may see a side that can move forward.
OK, how can they move forward for Sunday and for the Champions Trophy?
Well, they can't for Sunday, because I don't think they'll bring in new players, and the Champions Trophy, they've already picked the side. But after those matches, I would start again. Some of the players have had a good chance. You've got to go. You've got to move on to the next batch of young players. I mean, our show is too short for me to tell you what I think, because it'd take half an hour. I think there are a lot of players that have got to go. They've had good chances, and you must try something new. You must get some energy into side, some newness. It's the same old faces, same old failings, and I think that will happen at Durham too.
All right, harsh, but in many ways fair words from Alec and from Jeffrey. The final game in this series.